tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can take this this iClone character here, who's doing a little thriller dance, and bring him into Unity 4 to be used with the new Unity 4 Mecanim rig, and you can apply any motions to him from there within Unity. So what we're going to do is actually just bring this grumpy looking dude into Unity first. So if you're new to this, the first thing you want to do is you want to select your character, and you want to go over to Actor, the Actor tab, and in the Actor tab on the right, Modify panel, you'll see an option for Edit in 3D Exchange. So what we're going to do is export this guy to FBX format so he can be used in Unity. So we'll just do that first, Edit in 3D Exchange. And once I click that, it should take a minute and load up my character in 3D Exchange. Alright, so the character is now imported. So what I'm going to do is actually, this is very simple. I'm just going to go up to FBX export on the top left there, Control X. And once I do that, I can give my little character a name here. I'll give him, let's see, Grumpy Orc, since he looks pretty grumpy. Make sure you select Include Geometry. There's no animations that are going to be included with this export for now. So for Target Tool Preset, I'm just going to select Game Engine Unity 3D, and that'll put all the default options in place. And I'll just save it to my desktop, grumpyorc.fbx. So once I press OK, that will begin exporting the mesh, and there you go, it's exported all to FBX format, and it's as simple as that. So I'll just go over to my desktop here, and there you can see my grumpyorc.fbx there, and I'll just click and drag that into my Unity project here, into my characters folder. Alright, so once I do that, it'll start importing all the material assets of my character into Unity, and that should just take a minute. What we're going to do first is we're going to actually set up our rig, our character rig, so we can actually apply animations to it. Now you might get some normal map material setting issues here. If that occurs, just select Fix Now. Normally fixes everything without having to go too much into the settings. And there you go, we have our Grumpy Orc character there. What I can do is I can actually just bring this guy into the project and bring him in beside this cute little teddy bear, make the teddy bear look even cuter by comparison. So I'll just drag that character Grumpy Orc in, and you can see, yep, he is just not as cute no matter how hard he tries. But you'll also notice that he's a little bit darker. That's because I need to go into, I'll just drill into the character here, select his body, and use this option here, use light probes, just to activate that option. You'll see the character gets a lot lighter, and there we go. So now we have our brothers from another mother here. One got the good genes in the family. But anyways, the first thing we want to do is start off with, in the Grumpy Orc character here, we want to go to Model, Select, and then we want to select our rig here. So animation type, we're going to go to generic, we're going to select humanoid, and that'll give it a humanoid kind of rig. Set us up for that. Create from this model avatar definition, that's fine. And we want to go into configure. And we can just save this project and apply. Now once we go into here, we're going to set up our avatar here. You can see already that there's a Grumpy Orc avatar there on the top. And Unity is pretty smart. It'll just actually auto map the entire thing normally. If you have your hierarchy all set up in a decent fashion. But if your character doesn't import in properly, you can go down, I'll just map and clear that just to show you. You'll see everything will get red and nothing's properly mapped for motion retargeting. So if I go into mapping once again, I'll just select auto map to show you that what happened originally. And yep, so Unity's pretty smart. I can actually tell where all the body parts are and everything. And you want to make sure your character's in the T-pose, so go to pose and enforce T-pose, and my character is pretty much already in the T-pose, so I just want to make sure it's in the Unity T-pose there. So once you're done that, just go over to Done and Apply, and your character is all rigged, all set up, all good to go. It should return to the main window here now, so let's just click on my orc and frame the orc in the screen there. Okay, so there we have both the characters. Now if I press play, you'll see that my Teddy has an idle motion, and he can run around. He can run circles around Mr. Orc there. But Mr. Orc does not move at all. So what we want to do is apply some motions to him, and I'll show you how to quickly do that using the motions that are already included in this project. So the first thing we want to do is get our Orc character a controller. So go to Component and Physics and Character Controller, and that'll give our character controller here. You can see there's a kind of green outline capsuled around the character there. And I can just change the height of that, show you how big it is. Oop, nope, sorry, too big. I want to change the Y value. There we go. And bring the height down. I'm not going to worry about being too accurate in this tutorial. That should be about good. I want it to encase most of his body. And alright, looks good to me. You can maybe boost it up a tiny bit. There we go. Alright, so there's our character controller. Now once that's all set up, what I want to do now is I want to bring in a controller asset. So I'm going to select my character one more time here. Whoops, there we go. And you'll see here that there's a new asset called Animator with Unity. So the controller there, you can see that at the moment there's no controllers available. So what I'm going to do is actually go into the controllers folder here. And if you want to learn more about this kind of stuff, you can actually just check it out on the Unity website. We may have some more tutorials regarding this in the future, but for now, I'm just going to import in this controller here, idle run jump, and I'm going to stick that right over there in the controller slot in the animator asset. So what that'll do is if I press play now, you'll see that that automatically gives the orc the idle motion. Now he won't move yet because we don't have the script set up on him, like we don't have the state machine applied to the character yet, but we'll fix that in just a moment. So what I can do now is actually just go over here to scripts, and you'll see there's a script for idle run jump as well, and I can just drag that over to my character as well. So once the script is there, I press play, and you'll see that he gets a jumping start. And the orc will run around the same as Mr. Teddy. If I want the camera to follow the orc instead of the Teddy, I can just go into the fill into the teddy bear, bring the main camera over to the grumpy orc, and then the camera should follow the orc now. There we go. Alright, following the orc. Mr. Teddy's lagging behind. Alright, so that's pretty much it. And that setup is all thanks to the really cool new Unity motion engine. If you want to check it out, you can go double click on your controller here, and here's the entire state machine, the animator controller. We'll get more into that later. As you can see, there's a number of different states. But that'll be it for this tutorial. That's how to import your character into Unity from iClone. And yeah, so go ahead and have fun with that.